Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a general tarot reading for the K-pop groups in general. I have done this reading I believe a year ago, and it's about to see how the K-pop world artist industry is going to be on this 2023, and the energies available, probably a lot of lessons to be learned as well. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. They got the Seven of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Two of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Tower. Then I pulled some cards from the oracles, and I got the cards of Beginning and Inner Child. So the other day while I was doing some readings, because I had been doing quite a while, a very constant reading for some people, some idols and groups. And the Seven of Swords is a card that has been very constant, very consistent in the spreads. The Seven of Swords always is present somehow in these last 3 or 4 months. I have seen it very recurrently, repetitively as well, and I always wonder, for people that are learning tarot or know about tarot, the Seven of Swords is a card that I think that somehow it does represent the essence of being an idol. It's a key element in the industry. That it's about to be able to be a bit selective with what you share about yourself. Somehow not being able to show everything, and actually choosing not to share everything. Always somehow, and you know what I get the most is this sort of sneaking out of the house or a apartment or a place in the middle of the night. I somehow wouldn't be surprised if this is what they do, is this is how they like the action they take towards making time for having dates or doing just something that they love without the fans or some other people that they don't want them to know what they're doing. So I see a lot of sneaking out, a lot of and also a sneaky behavior, to be honest. I think that that's why when we always talk about some idols that do have a strong Scorpio placements, I often talk about this, that you have to be very selective with your words, with, yes, being open, being communicative, but there's always like my bias, Utah would say, there are secret hours. And it's good that people know that they do have secret hours, that you do not need to know what's going on in there. That's why it's called secrets. So I think that probably I think that when I see this, and next to also the Four of Swords, that for me is like the hiatus card, I believe that it has to do with probably they do get away from some places, or they do hide information, or they are a bit on a sneaky behavior, because somehow they need to rest. They need to put their minds at ease. They are somehow in 2023 looking for a way to have this sort of either going somewhere, having some private activities, like meeting with others, but the purpose of this is not actually that that secrecy, forbidden. Is more about being able to rest. I believe that 2023 is going to be a year where the idols are going to have to somehow like hide to have some moments of rest, which sounds unbelievable, because you're like, but why would you hide if you go do some even to get some sleep, which is weird, guys. Definitely, I have this like this perception of them lying or hiding to go to sleep or to sleep extra hours, which or to disconnect just a bit, which this actually has something to say probably with some idols being overworked this year, like being working a lot. This is why somehow they feel the need to lie or hide a few things to go to be able to have some private time to go to lay down and rest, or probably to get out of very exhausting meetings and reunions and schedules and plans and words and talking and conversations that I think that the idols, the females and the males, they definitely are a bit exhausted and they will lie a bit or be a bit deceitful, but in order to get some proper rest. So, I'm not saying that people are going to fake illnesses or something like that, but it seems that they want to rest a bit. They definitely need a rest a bit, but they do not want to go in hiatus. Like they just want to rest, to have a proper rest. And also, I believe that it's probably their environment, the people that they are with. It's just chaotic out there. Probably in the companies, there's a lot of talking, there's a lot of discussions, there's a lot of like disagreements, a lot of people coming and going, and they just the idols feel overwhelmed with the presence of all these people, like I just want to go somewhere and be silent, be in silent. So here with the Two of Cups and the Five of Pentacles and the Tower, definitely dating rumors are going to be a thing again, are going to be out there. But I think that most that actually been like, for some people been like a great opportunity to celebrate that their idols have a special someone. I think that is going to be a bit more on the destructive kind of, like it's not going to be pleasant, it's not going to be beneficial for neither of the parts involved, and I think that eventually it's going to break a lot of these relationships. First of all, it's going to, and this is something that I want people to understand, that from the perspective of the cards, if some idols are revealed to be dating someone and then you find out that relationship is over, or that they broke up, or that they are no longer together, is because the foundations of that relationship is not strong enough, or that relationship is not a proper relationship. So I think that also it has to do here with the Five of Pentacles. I think that also it talks about probably that this is why idols dating somehow is a secret, or it's meant to be kept like a secret, because sometimes they are not very good at relationships, or the relationships are not relationships, they are situationships, they are things that are something, but they do not have a strong foundation. There's no trust in the bond, like somehow this of not being able to see each other, a lot of things that the relationship doesn't have to stand stronger. So I think that if you hear about some new couples that were revealed to be dating and then they break up a few moments or a few months later, it's not because them being exposed was or the toxic fans or people middling in. No, actually, it means that the relationship itself wasn't stable. Here with the Five of Pentacles, definitely you can see that idols, just like the rest of us, they are looking for connection, and they do have connections with other people. They do have romantic feelings. They do feel attraction toward others, and they are reciprocated, and they have very close bonds with some people. But I think that probably the ones that will get exposed actually are not very stable, and the people involved are very lacking of confidence to keep working towards having a strong relationship. Either they are just starting to get to know each other, or they just have so much to lose. For example, from the perspective of an idol, if it's dating someone normal or a regular person, probably when they have to think about their careers, they are like, oh, I'm choosing my career over this relationship because I don't think it's going to work. And I think that in this case, this is also part of being a human, and this is why the tarot is showing me this, that sometimes, there's this whole, illusion behind the idea of an idol being in a relationship, that you think that they do not have worries, or that they are the boyfriend or girlfriend material. And here with the Five of Pentacles, I sense that a lot of relationships that they are in, they do not have a strong basis, and they are very tumultuous, they are very unstable. Sometimes these connections bring them a lot of misery, to both parties involved, not just the idol, but the person they are involved with as well. So I think that here with the Tower is like, you probably are going to hear a lot of like couples breaking up, or a lot of things that you thought that were, or actually, hearing about, I don't know, some idols being in relationship, and hearing news about them not being really good partners, and also that, and not being that supportive boyfriend or girlfriend that you think they are, or that I think that they are not emotionally strong enough to hold a bond. You do need some kind of maturity, and I think that for this 2023 we are going to see a lot of immaturity in idols, immaturity in the way they behave. There's going to be a bit of disappointment, and also I think that when I see the Two of Cups, it's not only romantic, it also is about the connection between the fans, and I think that probably there's going to be, I don't see the cards of rumors or the internet, but I think that the idols are going to feel a bit like erratic sometimes, so you can expect a few moments on camera or pictures, or just like some behavior or some attitude towards the audience, or them acting a bit impulsive, and actually like somehow breaking a bit, the relationship with the fandom, somehow the fandom feeling a bit like, are you okay? Like, like, this is not you, or I'm shook about what is going on with you. Like, I don't understand. I think that there could be potentially some fans and some idols that could like disconnect, some people will be like, oh, you know what, I no longer support this person. Or actually even the idols telling the fans that, okay, if you don't like them, or if you all the time want to expect them to behave a certain way, them also speaking up and being like, okay, like a couple, like let's break up. And this is actually shocking, the K-pop community being like, what's going on with these idols? That why are they behaving like this, or why are they saying these things? And I think that it's because this year they're going to feel a bit like insecure. Probably a lot of them are going through moments where it's not only the pressure of being in the industry, it's also the pressure in themselves, in their own personas, in the human being behind the artist, and then feeling very like with low self-esteem, or feeling in a very dark place, feeling very sensitive, very vulnerable. So somehow they feel like, I have nothing left to give you. I already given you everything to the audience. What else do you want from me? A sort of like existential crisis. So I think that in this case, we should be a bit more, as audience, we should be a bit more like understanding, and just let them have this moment of, being erratic, or being like acting a bit like weird, like you're not getting what's going on, because this is the true them showing you that probably there's something going on inside themselves, that they are not being able to find joy in what they do. And probably some of them will like heal eventually, will recover. It's a phase. But I think that also here with the tower moment is like, okay, some people that you put on a pedestal, or some people that you had like high standards for these people, that you are like, oh, they would never do this, or they would never behave like this. Maybe you will encounter a few situations. And also I think that it probably has to do with some attitudes of the fandom keep being a bit pushy, and also a bit like excessive towards their demands. So, there could be like a breaking point between the some idols and some parts of the fandoms. I don't think that is the fandoms, but probably is the part of the obsessive fans telling an idol how to behave. Being stepping some boundaries, and actually the idol like reacting to this, and being like, I'm not letting you treating me like an object. I'm a person. I have feelings. We have the cards from the oracles of beginning, and then the inner child. So I think that when we think about the idols feeling sensitive, I think that is because they are, this year, when it comes to work and opportunities, a lot of them will have the opportunity to start all over, to release new music, to show different sides of themselves. But I think that some of them are having like these very sensitive moments, because they are connecting with their inner child, and somehow they are reflecting that maybe they didn't have like a normal childhood, or they miss the childhood, they miss their inner child, they are losing their innocence somehow, so when they reflect on this, they can become very sensitive, especially when we think about, the youngest ones, probably the magnets, that are the people that sometimes they enter, these this business at a very young age. So I think that probably some of them could have some conflict, with what the role that they are playing as idols, and their inner child, being like, oh my God, like I totally lost my connection with my true self, and this is why I'm not enjoying these new beginnings, because I think that here with the card of new beginnings, it means that, it's not, if there's some issue with some groups, eventually someone new is going to appear. The card of beginnings, it means that there's a long road ahead. So new groups will keep coming. New groups are going to appear. So it's not going to be the end of K-pop, neither this year, nor the other, nor the next, nor the next. This is a long road, And when you think that they are going through some kind of crisis, like the Tower moment shows here, eventually there's going to be a new beginning, because this is a industry that always keeps reducing. They are always like thinking about the next step, thinking ahead, planning ahead. So somehow, yes, you're going to see new groups, and these new groups are going to cover or going to come to clean the mess that probably the older groups are like somehow like experiencing. And here with the inner child, I think that also this is showing me that unfortunately, I know that a lot of people don't like this. They are seeing a pattern and they don't like this about, very young idols actually making a debut. I think that you will continue to see this. Probably this also is going to be very uncomfortable year where there's going to be discussions about this, like why is this minor here, like why is he or she so young, why they are like why they are taken away from the experience of being children, and actually, not because I think that this is about innocence, like somehow this is a very dangerous industry sometimes, and you cannot be that innocent, because this is why you need the parents, you need a tutor, you need someone that can take care of these people, because this is a very dangerous place, because it's full of ambitions, ambitious people, money-hungry people, so, But definitely it's going to be the beginning of debuting more and younger idols. Yes, it's going to be the beginning of this, and you're going to be shook. But yes, it's going to keep happening. Probably is the future. So, this is when I mentioned in the middle of the reading about, some fans and some idols having this sort of like breakup, and I think that is not about an idol or a group in particular. Probably it's about the industry. It's about where the industry is heading towards, their vision, and these have been very young idols, and some fans actually not being very happy about it and not wanting to support this. So, but yes, with the Cards of Beginnings, honestly, guys, I think that this is a never-ending cycle, and if there are some that are not going to support this, new fans are going to come in. So, I feel that definitely is going to be a year of beginnings, and also a lot of eye-opening circumstances. So yes, but yes, let's pray for them, for these groups to do better, to be better, to be able to heal if they feel unwell, to have their proper moment to rest, that this is very important. So yes, guys, this is all I have for them. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.